On the morning of July 1st, 2018, in Burari, Delhi, a 79-year-old senior citizen named Gurcharan Singh was getting ready for his morning walk, just as he did every day. He left his house and walked toward the neighborhood grocery store. Usually, the store opened sharply at 6 a.m., but this morning was different. The deliveries of milk and bread had arrived, but the shutters were down. Leaving the crates sitting outside on the street, the shop was owned by the Chundawat family, who lived right there in the neighborhood. Gurcharan had been their neighbor for 22 years. For years, someone from the family would open the shop at 6 a.m. without fail. Furthermore, one of the family members usually joined Gurcharan for his morning walk. But that day, he didn't show up, nor did he answer his phone. Sensing something was wrong, Gurcharan walked up to the Chundawat residence. The front gate was unlocked. As Gurcharan stepped inside, he saw something that froze him in his tracks. Within minutes, a crowd gathered outside the Chundawat house. Police officers had to push through the throng of onlookers to make their way inside. When the police and neighbors entered, what they saw left them wide-eyed with terror. The entire Chundawat family was dead. Their bodies were all hanging together in the same room, suspended in an identical formation. 10 bodies hung from the ceiling. Their hands and feet were bound with wire, and their eyes were blindfolded. Apart from these 10, the body of the eldest woman was found lying on the floor in an inner room. Why did this happen? How did it happen? To unlock the secret behind this tragedy, we first need to understand who this family was. The Chundawat family was originally from Rajasthan, but had been living in Delhi since 1999. They ran a successful plywood business and a grocery store. They were known in the community as helpful, happy people who never faced any financial troubles. The matriarch was 75-year-old Narayani Devi. She had 2 sons, Bhavnesh and Lalit, who were married to Savita and Tina, respectively. Narayan Devi's husband had passed away in 2007 due to a respiratory illness, a time that was very difficult for the family. Narani also had a daughter named Pratibha. Between them, there were 5 grandchildren: Pratibha's daughter, Priyanka, Bhavnesh's daughters, Nichu and Maneka, and son Dhruv, and Lalit's son Shivam. 3 generations had lived under one roof for 22 years, until, suddenly, the entire family was found dead in their own home. When the police searched the house, they found several diaries containing written instructions for a specific ritual. The Chundawat family had been living their lives following these instructions for the past 10 years. The entries hinted at a connection to a distinct, unknown power. Neighbors revealed that the entire event seemed to revolve around Lalit Chundawat. The 45-year-old Lalit was the most social member of the family. However, in 2004, a minor accident left him so traumatized that he stopped speaking properly. Then, after his father died in 2007, Lalit's behavior began to change drastically. During a prayer session held for his father's soul, Lalit suddenly stood up and began shouting Om, loudly mimicking the way his late father used to chant. When a neighbor asked what happened, Lalit claimed his deceased father had visited him in a dream and promised he would return soon. From that day on, the family began holding a prayer session every night at 9 p.m. Neighbors sometimes joined in. By 9:30 p.m., the family would say it was time for Daddy to arrive. Police analysis of Lalit's phone showed a deep interest in ghosts, spirits, and the afterlife. He watched paranormal shows daily and frequently visited cremation grounds. The family's lifestyle transformed completely. They gave up alcohol and meat, becoming strictly vegetarian. They began following the routines and instructions written in the diaries with absolute obedience. One of the diaries explicitly stated that after they hung themselves, a supernatural force would enter the home. It wouldn't let them die. Instead, it would grant them moksha, salvation. Moksha is a concept in Hindu philosophy, where a soul is liberated from the cycle of birth and death. The diary gave clear instructions on what to do for the 6 days leading up to the hanging, ensuring they performed the ritual exactly right on the final day. The time of death was scheduled between 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. on a Sunday or Thursday. The diary's final entry promised, "When the earth shakes and the sky tears open, I will come to save you." The strangest part? Handwriting experts claimed the instructions in the diaries were not written by Lalit's hand. So who had been writing them for years? Was it truly the spirit of their father Bhopal Singh, who died in 2007? CCTV footage from the night of the incident showed the women and children of the family bringing stools and wires into the house, the very same stools and wires used to hang themselves. Did they know they were going to die? The police eventually concluded that Lalit Chundawat suffered from a psychotic disorder. This is a mental condition where a person disconnects from reality and lives in a world of delusion, often experiencing hallucinations. Authorities believe the family was a victim of shared psychotic disorder. In such cases, people close to a patient begin to adopt their delusions because of their strong emotional bond and trust. But is it really possible for an entire, multi-generational family to fall prey to such a delusion? Many people still find it hard to believe this theory to this day. The Burari deaths remain a haunting mystery, a terrifying story that shook Delhi to its core. What do you think happened that night in Burari? Share your theories in the comments. If you are interested in true crime stories like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel, Shadow Realm Diaries, where we bring you real-life crime stories. Don't forget to hit subscribe.